Hello and welcome. This video is going to be a what sold for me on the various platforms that I sell on, and I am excited to announce that for the first time in forever, I have 4 platforms to share with you of sales. I made at least one sale on every platform that I sell on, which feels amazing. So the cross posting is definitely working. I'm going to start with Facebook Marketplace first, so I'm going to scoot all the way the heck over here. So the first sale from Facebook Marketplace I have to share with you is this John Lennon Imagine t-shirt. This again is part of my cross posting. So what I'm doing is when everything goes on eBay first, and once it hits 100 views in over 30 days, before it gets renewed in my eBay store subscription, I decide to end the listing and then sell similar. And then while I'm selling similar back on eBay, I am then manually cross-posting it to Poshmark, Etsy if it's vintage and something I think that would do well there, and also on Poshmark. I do not use a cross-posting service. I do everything manually. So I was really excited that this was part of that. It's a John Lennon Imagine t-shirt. I got this in a thread-up box. I would not necessarily have you pick this up unless it's a vintage tee, which this is not. It's a modern t-shirt that was in a thread-up box, so my cost of goods was roughly like $1.50 after taxes, shipping, and then like the base cost of the box. So I was happy to see this go. Again, I have made all my money back on every single box I've gotten from thread-up. Some have been more profitable than others, but I've always done well with these t-shirt boxes. But that's also because I don't mind listing everything. Even if it's I'm only gonna sell it for $6, I'm still okay with doing that. This is something else I cross-posted. This is a paperback Star Trek book, and it sold for $4. So I'm really happy about that. I paid $1 for this out of Goodwill, and I'm just happy that it's moved on to another home because I love books, and I'm really glad that someone else is gonna get an opportunity to read this. Now we're gonna come over here, and I'm gonna move Miss Moxie because of course she's sitting here because she has to be by me. And we're gonna go to my only Poshmark sale. I did make one sale on Poshmark. It pretty much sold as soon as I cross-posted it to Poshmark. I received an offer of $18 and I took it. This is an Air Jordan bucket hat that I picked up at New to You for $3. So very happy about that. And Miss Moxie is going to get all of the attention because I have to move her one more time over to this side. Don't worry, she's perfectly happy because I'm touching her and petting her, and she's just ecstatic. Etsy finally woke up. I haven't had a sale on Etsy in almost 6 weeks, and I finally sold this. I shouldn't say finally, because this is actually a more recent listing for me. I think this listing is only like 6 weeks old, so kind of since the last sale on Etsy. It is a Campus Casuals of California, which is a vintage brand, and it sold for $25, and then the price you're seeing here is with taxes and shipping added onto it. The base price that I charged for this was $25. And this is one of the things that I actually repaired on my sewing channel, which I will put up above if you're interested in seeing what I had to do to this skirt so I can move on to a new home. I do not mind mending vintage pieces in order to preserve them because I think they're beautiful. This is definitely a gorgeous skirt. And you know, you don't find very many vintage pieces over the size medium. So really happy about that. And I'm gonna have to pause this because the boy is calling, so give me just a moment. Okay, I took the time the call took to switch over to the other side because now we're going to eBay because I only made one sale on Etsy. Speaking of thread-up t-shirt boxes, this is something that I finally got around to listing. It was in my eBay room, and this is just a basic Army t-shirt. And this is an actual Army t-shirt. It's not just a t-shirt that says Army. You can see at the bottom where there's like a little random off-colored square. That's where they're supposed to put their name on it when it's issued. So this came in a thread-up t-shirt box, so it sold for $7 and the buyer paid for shipping. That was really cool. I wasn't sure if I should list it or not, but I was like, you know what? Why not? Someone might buy it, and someone did buy it. And actually, as soon as I listed it, it sold within less than a week of me listing it, so I thought that was kind of cool. This is something I had to relist before it sold, and something that I probably won't pick up again. I thought it would do better, and it didn't, because I actually had this listed before St. Patrick's Day, but I don't know. It was Kelly Green. This is a brand new with tags, Christopher Banks little cardigan, green cardigan. I'm not quite sure why it didn't move faster or for more money, but lesson learned. Still doubled my money on it because I paid about $4.50 for this, and it sold for $10 and the buyer paid for shipping. This is something that I thrifted, but I actually thrifted this for myself. I wore it for quite a while. I actually wore it for about 2 years, and I finally decided to let it go because I didn't quite like how it hanged on me. Like up here, it would be fiddly. And I wouldn't like that. So I just went ahead and let it go. I sold it for $11.90 and the buyer paid for shipping. I think when I originally thrifted this, I paid $5 for it because that was like the shorts price. So doubled my money several years later after I got a lot of uses out of it. Something else that was in my eBay room that I finally got around to listing is this Under Armour Superman or Superwoman tee. This is just a loose workout tee. It sold for $9 and the buyer paid for shipping. This is something that I paid like $2.50 for at a Goodwill. This set of 4 Brendan bowls were actually sitting on my dining room table for a little over a year and a half before I finally decided to list all of these pieces, and this is the first out of that set of dishes that I got that sold. It sold all 4 dishes, so all 4 of the bowls sold for $25 and the buyer paid $15 for shipping. So this was excellent, and again, $25 that was just sitting on my dining room table. So this is Banana Republic. I don't really pick up mall brands unless they're new with tags or I really love the style, and this was both. So this is a new Banana Republic skirt. It had knife pleats, which is, so if it's knife pleated when the pleats are the width of a butter knife. It's really basic. It's that basic. So these are knife pleated, and it was just a nice like blue and white floral, new with tags, sold for $14 and the buyer paid $5 for shipping. Excited about that. This came to me in a men's thredUP box. I did not list it until I started doing my de-hoarding. This was in my eBay room in Moxie's Nest, and this Nat Nast pair of jeans sold for $11 and the buyer paid padded flat rate for shipping. So happy it's gone. Again, I've made all my money back on all of my thredUP boxes, so at this point this is just profit that I am finally realizing because I finally listed it. This trench coat is actually something that I personally owned. It was not from my closet clear out. This was from my own personal closet that I've actually had listed since I started reselling. So like the last 3+ years it has been listed and no one has bought it. So when I finally got someone to buy it, so excited when I saw this $12 offer for this Levi's trench coat. It didn't fit me anymore. My shoulders and arms are too beefy for this jacket. Plus it was a gift from someone I definitely would like to forget. So I'm glad it's sold for $12 and the buyer paid for shipping. So off to someone else. This is a bundle sale on eBay. Nikki, thank you very much. They like to let me know that them and their partner really like watching my videos, which is very kind of you. They are also a reseller as well, so it means a lot to me that you would purchase something from me and for your partner. And they paid $34.74 and then $10.50 for shipping. They specifically stated in the notes, if there is extra shipping, keep it. Don't give it back to us. So I did. It was only $1, so it wasn't that bad this time. So thank you both very much. I do appreciate that you all watch my videos, and I extra appreciate that you bought some stuff from my closet. So, well, not from my closet, from my eBay store. You got it. All right. But it's this Murano Baird McNutt Men's XL. It's linen, so it's something that I actually bought just because of the fact that it was linen. And then the soft surroundings, I have really great luck with soft surroundings. I picked this up at New to You for about $5. So both pieces I paid like $4.50, $5 for. Okay, something from my actual closet clear out. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am going to do a series, or I am in the middle of doing a series, I should say, where I have gone through my closet. I have pulled some stuff out, and I'm listing it all, and I'm going to take the profits for that and see how long it takes me to go from 0 monies to 1,200 monies. And I'm doing that because I want to show that it is possible to build a reselling business out of your closet. So this is the first piece to sell. And I knew it was going to be the first piece to sell, and I knew as soon as I listed it was going to sell, because this was the only piece that I was like, do I really want to sell this? I do look really good in this and I really like it, but I've only worn it once, so that's why it went away. It's 100% silk, which I didn't realize until I listed it, even though I wore it. And it sold for $16 and the buyer paid $4.50 for shipping. So when I get to a certain dollar amount, that's when I'm going to go thrifting and see how far I can go with this. I'm so excited that something's already sold from that. This is a set of 6 cobalt blue Libby lowball glasses that I picked up at CHKD thrift store in Williamsburg. I paid roughly $3 for these, and they sold for $19.90, and the buyer paid $15 for shipping. Anytime I get anything cobalt blue in glass with any kind of brand name, it is gone within a week of me listing it, and that is what happened here. Another linen piece. We are going into linen season, my friends. I love linen. Lots of people love linen. Apparently somebody really likes their loud engine. A whole bunch of military dudes moved into my neighborhood, and they all have the most obnoxious cars on the planet. One of them has a really cool vintage 70s Dodge Ram, which I can appreciate, but the rest of them are obnoxious. So sorry about the background noise. But this is an LL Bean linens plaid shirt. It sold for $11 and the buyer paid for shipping. It sold within a couple weeks of me listing it. I paid about $4.50 for it. Happy to double my money in a very short time period. This I thought would sell sooner and for more money, but it didn't. It still sold for quite a bit of money, more than I paid for it. I paid about $4 for this at New to You thrift store in Williamsburg, and it sold for $27 and the buyer paid for shipping. I got a note that said, please accept my offer, I really want this. And I was like, you know what? This has been listed for a couple months. Have at you. This I picked up for less than $1 at the Smithfield estate sale, where I got to go through the leftovers of an estate sale and name my price. So I paid less than $1 for this. This was a 2XL Disney Eeyore sweatshirt for men. A lady bought this, so maybe it's for them, maybe it's for their partner. But it sold for $17.41 and the buyer paid a flat rate for shipping. So happy it's off to a new home. I have found that whenever I do multi variation or quantity listings, as soon as the first one sells, the rest of them will then sell. But getting that first sale takes forever. But these Vans chambray shirts are actually moving. I think I've had one in almost every What Sold video for like the last month. Another one sold. So sold for $19.87, and it's free shipping because this is a much older listing. So really happy. I paid $5 for this at a Goodwill when I found a whole size run of the same shirts donated from the outlets. This I paid a quarter for. So this is a first edition hardcover book club edition. So first editions, there are the true first editions, which are the first time the book has ever been printed, like, and published. Then there are first editions for each of the different publishers. So like science fiction and fantasy, there can be a Tor first edition, there can be a Random House first edition, there could be a Fawcrest first edition. There could be all kinds of first editions, but this is the book club first edition of Red Storm Rising by Tom Clancy from 1986. I paid a quarter for it, picked it up in an estate sale. Very happy to see it sell for $10 and the buyer paid for shipping. A full price sale. This is a Nike Pro Combat in a size XS, so extra small. And it sold for my full asking price of $12.87 and the buyer paid for shipping. Goes to show that you can sell all size, the little sizes and the large sizes, and every size in between. They can all sell. Some of them just sell faster than others. So really happy that this moved. And I paid like $2.70 for this at a Goodwill. I can happily report, speaking of book sales, that I've one less box here. So I am down to one box of books from that massive 400 piece book buying experience that I had. It turned out way better than I could have ever hoped for. And I now have only one box left. And I sold 3 of the David Baldacci books for $5.61 and the buyer paid for shipping. I actually didn't refund any shipping for this one because I couldn't. It was like roughly about the same. I don't know where they live, but they live in Appalachia somewhere. That must be remote AF because it costs quite a bit of money to ship there, even medium mail rate, which I found very wild. So really happy about this sale. Yeah, I paid like 70 cents per book. So happy that more of these are gone. Happy that that actually turned out. It went from being an amazing buy to, oh no, I messed up, to still kind of good. So happy about that. This is something that was in Moxie's nest. This is a pair of Perry Ellis linen blend pants. I did not buy these. These were in a ThredUp box. So I'm really happy that they're gone. Definitely, again, I'm in the profit on those, and it sold for $12 and the buyer paid padded flat rate for shipping. Now you would think that this was linen, this would be light enough, and it was exactly a pound, but once I put it in a bag, it was over that pound rate. So that's why I did the padded flat rate shipping. And again, another one of the books from that big giant book haul. The last Daniel Silva book sold, so that listing is now gone. All of them sold. So happy about that. And it sold for $1.87. So again, I'm just doubling my money, and the buyer paid medium mail for shipping. This is a vintage Tori Richards Hawaii shirt. And it's not just that it was a Hawaiian shirt. This was actually made in Hawaii out of cotton lawn. Normally if something is made out of cotton lawn, it's just like Pima cotton. It's going to say it because it's a fancier cotton. However, if you see mercurized cotton, that doesn't mean it's fancy. Mercurized cotton has been around for a while. It was like all the rage in like the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Most cotton now that we wear is mercurized, just so you know. So that's why people don't normally put that on the tags anymore. It's because like most cotton is. That was more fabric knowledge than you really needed to know. You just need to know that I sold this for $22 and I paid like $4 for it, and they paid for shipping. So happy about this. This is another bundle. This woman asked me if I would combine shipping, and I said sure. All you have to do is you can send me an offer and I will accept it, and then before you pay for it, I can send you an invoice with combined shipping, because I have flat rate shipping on all of my stuff. Well, most of my stuff, unless it's like a really old listing. And she's like, I couldn't figure out how to do that. It's just like, I can't figure out how to do it. It's not letting me do it. And I was like, okay, I'll just refund you the shipping. No big deal. And her message to her was like, okay, I paid for both of them. I'm trusting you that you're going to refund me the difference. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So I did. You can see here I refunded her $5.46. That's the shipping difference when I combined these, but this is a pair of cut from the cloth jeans that was in Moxie's nest that sold after I finally listed them for my dehoarding for $14. And then this vintage mid-century apron was actually in my dining room from the dehoarding, and that sold for $8. And then of course she paid for shipping, and then I refunded her the shipping difference. So happy I got another bundle sale, kind of, and happy that 2 more things from my dehoarding have sold. All right, and the very last sale I have to share with you is something that I did not get to wear before. It sold, which I'm kind of sad about, but also kind of knew it was gonna happen. I can't wear everything. This is a Duluth Trading Co. women's large flannel. It sold for $13 and the buyer paid for shipping. This all went all the way out to California, and I paid like $5 for it. So happily doubled my money, happily did it in less than like 6 weeks. And yeah, again, it's the first time I have made a sale on every platform that I sell on, and I'm really happy. And the cross posting is working, so it is worth my time. It is helping keep all of my stores more active, and I'm looking forward to sharing more sales with you next week. So until then, bye. Bye. One more thing before you go, I am going to be live with Tracy Parks here on my channel April 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's agreed to do my reseller repartee with me, and I'm so excited because she's led such an amazing, interesting life, and I am really glad to get to know her better. So we hope to see you there.